for SFTP.
Yeah, that would be great. So I can look back at it later when I actually submit. 'Cause,
Okay,
last week was bad.
so this is a recording that for SFTP. If you go to SFTP stands for Secure File Transfer Protocol, or sometimes they call it, oh, now they call it SSH
I was like,
File
what?
Transfer
SSH
Protocol.
file transfer
Yeah,
protocol?
it was called Secure File Transfer Protocol initially, SFTP, long time ago. But now it's a SSH File Transfer Protocol. So it basically go together with SSH. Let me show you an example. Let me go out.
Using SSH? What if you're using PuTTY?
You can use anything to do. It's a separate. It's use the same mechanism, but it's actually using the same authentication mechanism. But you don't have to use together with SSH. Okay. So assuming let's pick a file I want to transfer. Okay. Here I have a file called lecture. Lecture 1113. That must be a lecture I did a long time ago. Okay, this file, it's not that big. Let me pick a bigger file. Let's do a web report exception. Okay, this file, where's the size of the file? It's a little bit bigger. Let's see UC Davis. UC Davis is my project. I hope you will be using it for your final project. Okay, this is a lot bigger, 7 megabytes. Okay. So there's a file called ucdavis.tar.gz. And so I'm going to transfer to CSIF machine. So I'm going to do the command is called sftp. And if you just type sftp, you didn't have enough parameter. So here is you have to provide the machine name as well as the username. So for you to log in. So it's going to be sftp. My account, my master account is ecs36b. That's the account. So you're going to use your Kerberos ID here.
Oh, okay.
Your whatever Kerberos ID and add that's machine name is pc13.cs.ucdavis.edu. That's the name. And after you've done this, is it going to ask you for your password? So don't look at my screen now. Don't look at my keyboard. No, this is okay. We're done. We're done here. We're done. Okay. So you see, I'm actually going in. Okay. So this is. If you see this part, SFTP. This. What?
Can I ask about like what this part is?
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
I think
Like,
you
I
only
don't
put
know
your
what it
username on PC.
So like, what is this? Like,
Okay, let me make a window a little bit bigger so I can explain. Okay, so this is the user ID. This is the machine name. You try the SFTP. So SFTP means I want to transfer a file to somewhere, to one of the machine.
okay.
And I need to identify. So you can put the IP address here. For example, I can do for my Cyrus, but the VPN won't let it happen. But I just want to show you as an example. I can do sfwu at cyrus.cs.ucdavis.edu. I don't believe this will work because my research machine Cyrus is actually being set up in a different VPN. I have to use engineering VPN to actually access to this. That's why I spend a lot of time to make sure that people with CSIF will be able to directly access, but SFTP still cannot.
Okay.
So
in our case, we just use the previous thing you typed in, but put in our computer number.
Yeah, your computer, or you can put IP address 7.6.102. Yeah, this is the same thing. But okay, I want to actually, since I'm here, I want to actually tell you. Let me quit this one first. I want to actually tell you how do you get your IP address.
Yeah, config.
I have config -a. So if you do IF config -a under, I believe, EN0, I assume it's EN0. I think this is your IP address, INET address. Okay, so I can copy and paste, and then over here, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to do SFTP CS36b at that IP address. Okay.
So this is.
Oh, it doesn't work.
computer
Doesn't
yet?
work. It doesn't actually
Connection.
doesn't work. The connection. Let me see if it's the other address. So it actually doesn't allow me to use the IP address. It only can use name. That's very strange. Let me actually check. Maybe they have other IP address I should use here. Let me check. Yeah, just type yes the first time.
This is on the. Wait, is this on your terminal or yours on the CSI?
No, this is on my terminal on this machine.
Okay.
Oh, that's why, because this is actually on my terminal. So it of course is my IP address. Sorry, I should do this. SSH CS36b PC17.cs.uc. No, that's right, because I got the wrong IP address.
No, I was not trying to help you, but it helped you, so I'm happy.
Yeah. No, you helped me. I appreciate.
Keep saying things. It's funny how people can just ask random things and then you just get the answer to something completely unrelated. It's like, oh yeah, that thing. It's like, wait, what?
Okay. Now I am in CSIF. Now I do IF config -a. So now where's my INET address? This should be my INET address. Oh, INET address here. Okay, so now I can actually do sftp CF36b at this IP address. Yeah, you see, it allowed me to go in, BEAR. No, why is that?
Don't say the
Yeah,
password.
I lost my it's
passwords. Like, can you undo? Is that? I don't know how.
no, you might be able to do that. Okay, so now I'm actually doing FTP, the same thing like my earlier machine. So by the way, this is the password they gave me every time let me see if I get on the same machine. Okay.
It seems like you go into SFTP.
Okay, so now you can see I actually get in to the same place, right? The same directory at least.
Wait, so you load everything onto SFTP with the first thing. Then you go into the CISIF and open up that SFTP file, right? And then you're in that directory, or?
No, I haven't. I haven't actually tell you anything. I'm just talking about login. I haven't actually showed you any action about how we're going to use. Just to log in. Yeah. So okay, I'm actually logging, but I will use, since I log in two machine, I'm actually going to use this one. Okay, this is CSIF. So CSISFTP term shell that it will start it with SFTP. So now you know you're in SFTP.
See, I actually typed
Yeah,
that in.
this is no. It will show up. Okay. All right, so now you can use not all the Unix command, but some of the Unix command. You can do ls-l. It actually will show you some of the information, whether it's a directory or something like that. I can actually go to change directory to hinin, and still I can change that to that directory I showed you earlier. You see that homework 1, homework 2, homework 3 with that user deny. And if you go to homework 2, that's where some of the students already submit their homework, okay, their user ID, whatever.
You're still in SFTP.
I'm still in SFTP. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you. Remember, I have a file I want to transfer, right? Anybody remember what that file is?
It was the final project.
Okay, the tar file. I forgot the name. How do I actually? So now when I do ls, I actually can see what's the file or directory on the remote machine, right? On the machine I log in. But how do I actually be able to see my local machine? So that's the trick. You do this one, ls. Then this is actually going to show you your local. So you can actually do
exclamation mark. I tried to do
yes.
Control-C to get out of it, but it didn't work.
Like this.
Oh.
Okay, so I can do this. I can do ls star.tar.gz. Remember that you can do this. Okay, now you can see I have a UC Davis here. Okay, if I do this ls U star. Okay, then it's because it has a directory. Let me actually doing another thing. I changed directory on the remote machine, right? CD, but I can also change my local directory. I think my local directory, let me actually go back. Local directory is LCD. I can do LCD UC Davis. I think I can do, yeah, you see that? Now I'm actually changing to, sorry, if you do LS, I'm actually changing to that directory. So you do LS in the remote, you do the what do you call that sign? Yes, with LS, that means you do local. You do CD when you change directly on the server. You do LCD when you change locally. So now I'm actually going to change back to LCD. Okay, to change to this directory, now I can do %ls and then do star.tar.gz, and then it show me all the tar gz I have. Okay, so now I'm actually going to transfer this file, right? I'm going to upload to the file. Take a look at this. If I do over here, this is the other session. If I do ls, let me go to hand in. This is actually all this file. Okay, that file UC Davis is not here. So I'm going to do, this is an important command, input, doing input like this. No, I don't want to do this. I want to do this one. Using input like this. Now you see it's start transfer. So when it says 100%, you know your file has
So it's
been transferred.
input and then the file moving.
Yes,
Okay.
the file you want to
But before
upload.
that, is it like exclamation mark? I forgot some commands.
It's basically put and get. But I won't tell you the difference between put and input and get. Just always use input and get. That's sufficient to take care of all the issue. There was a difference between input and get. The early version of
So you're on your
SFTP.
local section right now? And you're sending it to the
Exactly. So you see that this file I upload to the server, you see that it says upload from this location to the sftp. So now let's see whether it's there, right? Remember I did earlier, the file was not there. Let me do ls again. You see this file is here. This is actually remote, right? On the CSIF side. Right. You upload there, then you hand it from there. Okay.
So just to clarify everything, I'll reiterate it all. So on your local machine, you log in to SFTP with your own computer's IP. Then you log in on the CSIF.
Right.
Then when you log into CSIF, it will put you into SFTP there.
Right.
Then you go into your change into the local files, which you need to like do explanation point ls and like
If you don't remember the name, you want to take a look, you want to kind of check your directory, you do that.
okay.
But if you already know which file you're going to upload, you just upload. Let me actually show you. This is something I did. Okay, I want to put all my tar gz file. Let me actually see how many tar gz file I have. Okay, let me assume I want to send all this file, all this file over there. Okay, all this homework file over there. So I'm going to do input ecs36b hw star.tar.gz. Okay, and let's see what happens. It will actually transfer all of them.
Forget that the star can be like anything.
Right, it matched the name. Yeah, it matched the name. Oh, so now if you take a look at what you have over here, now it has all these files there already. Let me actually just get rid of them.
So then if you do know the file name, once you've logged in on both, you just use input the file name, and then it will slap it onto the
Right.
And then where does it put it on the CSIF? I didn't get that.
Okay, when you log into CSIF, you actually, the default is your home directory, but you can use a cd command inside the SFTP to change the current directory to wherever you want the file to be stored.
So like what I would do is, so like So for example, for the homework, you had us make the ECS36b,
Right.
and then you made us make the homework one.
Right.
But let's say on my local, I put everything in a file in a folder called homework one. What
Right.
I do is I would CD into ECS36b, then I move that entire homework one file, I input that entire homework one file, and then it would get
Did
put
you
in.
make a tar file already?
Well, I downloaded for part two of homework two.
Well, let me actually make sure that there is a one step you need to do before you do all this, okay? Let me actually go to my local directory. Assuming I have a directory called home, let me check.
Well, it occurred to me that we can tar on our own thing.
I think so.
Oh, so I could have just cut. So yeah, we could just put the one tar file instead of,
Okay, so I have a
we can tar
directory.
on my computer. I didn't realize.
Yeah, you can tar on your local computer.
Why didn't I realize that?
Let's do that next time.
That would be so much easier.
Let's do that.
So that's okay. So you understand that you can actually you can use tar command to put that into a pack, into one single thing, and then you just transfer that one file. And usually, typically I did is that when I get there, I actually decide where I want to untar it. I just untar it to a location. See, if you want to just hand in, you actually don't need to you actually don't need to untar it. You just put that tar gz file directly hand in. But if you want to do more development CSIF, then you need to untar it.
Yeah, just in case we want to test it on there.
Right.
Oh,
Potentially, yeah.
So I straight up made the file, copy and pasted each of them, then tarred them on the CS. Oh my God.
Question.
Just give me 1 second. Is that related to secure FTP?
No.
Okay, hold on. I just want to finish SFTP, close the issue, and then I will answer other question. So this is the SFTP. So
Yeah, I tried to input. It says permission denied.
hold on for that question. So there is another command called mget. So input is putting something over there. Mget is mget something back here. Okay, so I'm actually going to finish this, and then at the end you just do quit, and then you can actually get out of that. That's SFTP. So I think I want to answer your question. So you said there's a permission denied when you want to input.
Yeah, I'm trying to do input.
Can I take a look at your computer? You
Yeah.
can put it right next to me. I can check.
You know the passwords that you're putting in on those sites? Like on your home one, it's like your is that just like your normal computer password, and then the CSIF is the CSIF password?
Right.
Okay,
That's CSIF actually provide me.
so that's just,
Can I see
you're
your
giving
screen?
SFTP.
Can you move
permission
here?
to
I can
touch
see
your
that.
files.
Like, it doesn't say permission denied now because the console glitched and the words got mixed together. So it got lost. So
Okay.
I'm trying to do this. Like, I tried doing the exclamation mark LS.
Can you do LS? Yeah, I see your tar file. I want to see
That just
LS.
shows the
No,
CSIF.
of course, it's not,
exclamation
it's
LS
not,
works.
because you changed to the root directory.
Uh-huh.
You change the root directory, which is basically, you don't have permission. That's actually, you go to your
I
CD
remember
slash.
my homework, my
You just do
ECS
CD. When you do CD, PWD, now you're in your working directory.
Oh,
Now you actually do input.
my bad. That's confusing. I've never used like this to like submit stuff very much before, so like it's really
Okay.
new to me.
All right, problem solved. I'm going to